afternoon. Welcome to the press conference for Naomi Osaka. Please raise your hand and state your name and organisation when asking your question. Naomi, long time away. How's it feel to be back at Wimbledon?
Yeah, it feels really cool. I feel myself constantly being surprised by things on the ground, and it's just really nice to win a match.
Questions? Molly?
Hi Naomi, congrats on the win. You said on court that this was the first tournament that you watched after having your daughter. I imagine that time is a bit of a blur, like new motherhood, but I just wondered if you could give us some insight into kind of where you were last year compared to, being back on court this year.
I was honestly, before my match, I was looking at my photo album, and like they have that feature this time last year, so I was looking at that, and I was looking at myself, like photos of myself in the hospital, so it's really cool to be here now. And I think my mindset last year was just trying to survive. I honestly didn't really know what was going on after I gave birth, but just trying to piece myself back together.
Hi, Naomi, Fee Thomas from The Telegraph. You mentioned on court as well that it's your daughter's first birthday tomorrow. Have you got any sort of celebration lined up?
She actually had a really big celebration a week or so ago. That's one of the things that I didn't want to miss. So that's kind of why I didn't play Eastbourne, just because I didn't want to miss my daughter's first birthday party. And then she's gonna have like a cake and stuff here, but not like a crazy big event.
What does it feel like to have the grass under your feet again in a seriously competitive match in this place?
For me, it felt really fun and really stressful at the same time. Like, it was fun because the crowd was so engaged, and I think I've played on court too before. I think I played Katie Bolter there, but I'm like 80% sure, but I could be wrong. But it was just really fun. It felt like an arena, and the match I think was a little up and down, but I think overall it was something that I can take a lot away from.
Good stress or bad stress?
All stress is not the best, but I think I just learned a lot. Yeah.
Bill?
Hi, a little bit of a different question. If you could step back and would have the opportunity to invite 3 people in from the tennis world to a dinner gathering, who would those 3 people you'd like to invite be?
Andre Agassi, Lee Na, and can I invite myself? Because I kind of want to see. Ooh, okay. Andre Agassi, Lee Na. Is it like a friendly gathering, or am I learning from them?
It can be friendly, it can be fierce, anything that you would like.
Sharapova.
Do you like Lena's sense of humor?
I love it. I remember I used to watch so many interviews, on-court interviews, any kind of interviews from her. I really think she's one of the best.
I'm Naomi Wallace from the Washington Post. What do you mean when you say you're surprised being back on the grounds? Are you seeing new things that you don't remember, or what are you talking about with that?
Well, the last time I was here, there wasn't a separate transportation building. So I felt like I had to do a whole grand tour just to, I guess, figure out where things are. And when I say I'm kind of surprised, I just mean like, it's cool to watch Wimbledon on TV, but I think to be here is a whole different story.
I know you've spoken a little bit about the Olympics before, but I wanted to ask if there are a lot of players who are kind of trying to get back on track in comebacks, or just kind of find their form and are not going to Paris because it's so disruptive to the schedule. I wonder why you wanted to go back and play.
For me, the Olympics were they mean so much to me. Growing up as a kid, that's like the one event I remember just pooling around the TV with my sister, and we mainly loved watching track, but basically all the sports were fair game. And I just love being around other athletes, and I love, I guess, the team spirit of it all. So.
Hi, I was going to, I assumed that you actually missed probably e-sport because of the pop-up show, but you were there, and I wanted to know how was your experience there, because it was such a historical moment during that music time, so yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I was kind of surprised to go. It was just like Corday had tickets, so I just flew in and he was like, oh, you're here, and that's kind of how that happened, but it was really fun. I think the energy was really cool. Everyone was basically rapping every lyric, so it's definitely a memory or a concert that I don't think anyone will forget.
Alex.
Hi, Naomi. In terms of today's match, can you talk about the relief of pulling through a three-setter? Because I know that you've lost a few of those this year.
Damn.
And also the challenge of playing someone with Deanne Parry's quite unusual game with the one-handed backhand.
Yeah. It's really weird because I know I actually kind of have a good record with three setters. Maybe not this year, but I feel like overall I'm pretty decent at them. And I feel like today honestly felt very hectic just because of the way she played. I felt that I had to constantly tell myself to be in control of the point, but when she was slicing and stuff, it was a little stressful. But I feel really relieved to have won this in 3 sets. I think it will do good for my character development. So yeah, I guess I'm just excited to play my next match.
Hey, Naomi, you know how kids, when they're little, hit against the wall over and over again, pretending that they're playing at the US Open or Wimbledon? As you've been in your retraining over the last several months, do you look back and think about your US Open wins and sort of train along those lines to feel the way you felt at the US Open?
You know, it's funny because, like, when I was just coming back from pregnancy, I was thinking, like, that I was going to train the exact same way, and I was going to play the exact same way, but I feel like that's the cool thing about life. Like, you don't have to constantly revisit the past, and I think for me that puts a lot of pressure on myself. And honestly, the way that I want to play now is an evolution of how I played before, and I know I would need the results to back it up, but I think certain aspects of my game are better. I just need to, I guess, put the pieces together, and I feel like as an overall athlete I might be a little better now, just because back then I would get injured, like some parts of my body would be hurting, and now the way that I train, I don't have pain anywhere, so yeah.
Okay, we'll take one more and then we're going to switch to...
Tom with Rory from The Times. Just to ask, do you think that tennis overall, the player circuit and championships such as Wimbledon are welcoming places for young mums and people who are coming back into the game after pregnancy and giving birth?
I mean, I would say my experience has been going pretty well. I think that whenever I go to tournaments, there's like a little children's play area, and so I feel like they are taking that into consideration, and I actually do see a lot more kids on tour now, so that's something that's very adorable, and it's also something that's very reassuring, and I hope that other parents feel the same way.
We're going to take some questions in Japanese.
実通信直樹です。おめでとうございます。明日はシャイちゃんの1歳の誕生日ということでおめでとうございます。1日早いバースデープレゼントになったと思うんですけれども、そのことはどういうふうに感じてますか？また明日その特別なその誕生日、1歳の誕生日をどのように一緒に過ごしたいですか？
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the year has gone by really fast, and it's a little surprising that she's already one, but she has so much personality. It feels like she's older than one at this point, but yeah, I think, I don't know. Honestly, I'm just really grateful that she's in this world, and I want to throw her a very extravagant birthday party, but I'm probably not going to, just because that's the way I grew up. Like, we just had a cake and that was pretty much it. And I feel like more than anything, she just needs to be surrounded by love. And I didn't, I bought her a birthday present, but I feel like I'm constantly buying her birthday presents. So right now I bought her a book. So hopefully she's satisfied with the book.
What's the book?
I like buying the classic children's books. So I bought The Tale of Peter Rabbit, and I like collecting like Rainbow Fish and all the classic books.
共同通信の上地です。So what changed the momentum after the first match? First set, and what did you do to adjust to what she was trying to do?
I think, honestly, I feel like I came out really, really strong in the first set, and then not being too hard on myself, I think she adjusted a lot better in the second set, and I know I had my chances in the first game, and like if I think about it without like being in myself, I know that I didn't play bad. I think I just put too much pressure on myself that I need to win like all the games, that like I can't be broken and things like that. So when that eventually happened, I felt like I doubted myself, even though I knew my game plan going in. So yeah, that's kind of what I just did in the third set. I just knew that I can only play this way to get the result that I want, and even if I don't win, I can go out seeing that I at least developed a little bit as a player.
おめでとうございます。今日の、勝因というか